Welcome to the Salty Slayer Kayak Fishing Channel. I'm Mark Pisani and today is Friday, May 29th. I just launched a kayak out of Glen Island Park in New Rochelle, New York, heading into the western Long Island Sound, targeting striped bass. The water temperature is 61.1 degrees, just about the same as the air temperature. That's about 62 right now. Winds are about 8 to 10 miles an hour out of the north-northwest. Forecast to increase to 10 to 15 out of the west later this afternoon. I'll probably be fishing, or at least I'll start fishing, off of David Island and Columbia Island this morning. Two of my friends were out earlier in the week and they had success with striped bass there, so I'll give that a shot first. If there's no action, I'll either move to Hart Island or out to Execution Rocks. I'll make that decision later depending on the wind. Hope you enjoy the video and I'll check back in once there's some action. So I'm back at Execution Rocks. I tried trolling for a little while around Columbia Island and P Island. I really wasn't marking very many fish at all. Gave it a few passes. Decided to head out to Execution Rocks where there's 2 or 3 center consoles that have been working the ledge for a while. So I'll give this a try. I'm just doing my first pass up the ledge. And while I do that, I thought I'd introduce my new fishing rod. If you watched the first 2 videos on the channel, you saw that I was fishing with a Shimano Trevala PX 6'6" medium heavy rod. And I was using that rod to troll my tandem mojo rigs because the other rods that I have are a little too light to handle the tandem mojo rig. The problem with that rod though is it's just too heavy for the fish. These rods are really designed for offshore jigging for tuna, but you could certainly use them for inshore fishing. But the medium heavy rod is a little bit too heavy for what I'm doing with it. So, you know, after I caught that slammer 46-incher the other day out here with that rod, I really wasn't too happy with the fight. So I went out and bought a replacement. This is the same Shimano Trevala PX 6'6" length, but it's in the medium weight class and it should work perfect. Right now I'm trolling a 3.5 ounce single mojo behind the boat and the rod feels light as a feather. I paired it up with a Shimano 301 HG Tranx casting rod. I spooled it up with Power Pro 40-pound braid in a nice bright yellow so that you can see the line out behind the kayak. The reason I'm so partial to these Trevala PX rods is I like the grips. The grip below the reel is 15 inches and it fits perfect underneath my kayak cushion bar that sits on my seat on the back to give extra lumbar support. It fits perfectly under there and the rod is stable. I don't even have to hold it. The foregrip is 7 inches, and remember this is designed to be a jigging rod, so it'll be perfect for jigging diamond jigs and flutter spoons, or even working a bucktail, you know, with a sinker, and go up to the race or plum gut. But what's nice about the foregrip here, and I'm running up on the bottom a little bit. What's nice about the foregrip is that it's got a slight flattening indent on the top, which is built specifically for jigging, for you to hold your thumb there. So what I do is when I'm trolling, I keep my right hand on the foregrip with my thumb right on the line, pressed up against the rod. This allows me to feel anything that happens with the line or the rig. When I'm trolling, if I'm brushing off the bottom, I can feel it right away, reel it up a little bit before I get caught up. If I get, see what was just happening right now. If I am getting caught up in seaweed, or if the line is hitting seaweed or other debris, I can feel it right away. And of course, I can feel every little hit. Nibbles at it, and of course, I can feel when a fish whacks it. So that's why I like these rods. This is the way I like to troll. I like to have the rod in my hand and not just in a rod holder. I think it's more fun, and it's better to be able to know exactly where your lure is in the water and what's happening to it. So anyway, I'm hoping that today I'll be able to test this out with a nice big fish like we did last week, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully it'll happen while I've got the camera on. Just marked 5 fish on the bottom before the ledge. About 35 feet of water. Let's see. Down to 70 feet now. There are 4 fishing boats out here that are trolling the ledge. Unfortunately, they're going from buoy to buoy, back and forth along the top of the ledge instead of crossing the ledge, which makes it difficult to stay out of their lines. And they keep passing right next to each other. It's going to be a shit show. We'll see what happens. So it's just about 5 o'clock. I spent the whole day out on the water and got shut out today, unfortunately. I marked a few fish here and there at execution rocks. Nothing at P Island, Columbia Island. I went through the inner middle reef. Nothing there. Just not my day today. There were a few boats at execution rocks that were hooking up every once in a while. Here and there, jigging on flutter spoons. I ran into some bunker on my way out, trolling towards the Yukon weather buoy, but I wasn't able to snag them. They were moving kind of fast, and I couldn't really get good position on them. That's it. You know, I covered, let's see, 14.7 miles today. 8 hours and 15 minutes on the water. There you have it. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Not a lot of action today. I'll see you on the next one.